And what are we watching this on? Like,
this computer.
I thought we were watching it on your bitch TV.
No, because we have ads on my TV. This one I can avoid the ads.
I was like, how did you get ad blockers on your TV? That's clever.
Hello, and welcome to Incomplete Geeks, a gay geek podcast. This is episode 12, wherein Nick and I'm John, follow the treasure trail all the way down to our deep-seated love of watching trailers. I've made that up on the cuff. It's terrible. I don't care. But I want to get going.
Otherwise, we will be here for so much longer than actual recording the podcast. So I was trying to think of something clever that goes with trailer.
Something punny.
Some sort of pun. I really need to work on this beforehand. Okay.
Nah. And the thing is, like, no one listens to it. No one cares.
Like, they're not funny.
Like, whatever.
Skip. So...
They don't listen to us for the comedy, Nick.
What do they listen to us for? If you could write in, tell us what you listen to us for.
Yeah, please do.
Please let us know. Right, so today we are going to do a short episode reacting to some of the trailers that came out of San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend.
Yes.
We will
excited.
then go on at a later date to a longer conversation about all the announcements that were made. Hopefully not just Marvel, but mainly Marvel.
Mostly Marvel. I mean, to be honest,
mainly Marvel.
We got to work on this a little bit. Not in a bad way, but like we have to remember that there's more
other
geekery in the world. Marvel. The sad thing is, like, Marvel does it really well.
Yeah, they're kind of winning.
They're winning.
So let's get straight into it, and we're going to. You've watched one of the trailers
On accident. I didn't know it was I didn't know it was on the docket.
by accident.
So
you've seen one of them, but there's a couple others that we also want to watch. So we're going to watch those first.
Yes. So these are going to be live reactions to these trailers. I don't know anything about the first two that we're going to watch.
I don't know anything either.
And we will watch the Wakanda Forever trailer together. I'm kind of rewatching it, but Nick hasn't seen that one.
No.
We are going to talk about each one of these. The first one we'll do is
House of Dragon.
House of Dragon. Yeah, there's a new trailer of House of Dragon.
Yep.
Then we'll move on to
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings trailer, which I know next to nothing.
I know nothing. I saw the teaser a while ago. I wonder if they give us more.
I haven't even
images.
seen the teaser.
Oh, well then this will be even more interesting.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
That's in order of release, because August, September, November.
Oh, yeah.
When they're coming out.
Look at you. Yeah.
I know some things. I didn't do any research for this. So.
we are incomplete geeks after all.
Oh, dear. Let's do it.
So, yeah. And if you like this episode, please don't forget to give us a like on Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts.
And Spotify.
And Spotify, yeah.
As well.
It does help us out a lot. It takes you 2 seconds. And if you want to give us comments at the end of the show, please do so.
Also, on Spotify, I think you can leave us voice notes. Like, there's a thing where you can, like, send us a message.
I've seen that, but I thought it was only on... I thought it was on our distributor. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, email us at incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com if you have any comments or corrections or just want to give us a shout-out. So,
or tell us why you listen to us. And
yeah.
And then we'll do more of that. Or tell us why you stopped listening to us, and we'll do less of that.
But obviously, if they stopped, then they wouldn't have heard
You wouldn't have heard this, but...
If you know somebody who stopped listening to us, poke them and tell them that
both of you
who stopped listening to us.
Let us know.
Okay, let's cue up Game of Thrones first.
Hit it.
This is Comic-Con extended trailer.
It's not a spoiler because it's a trailer. So if you don't want to listen to the trailer,
I mean, some people say
some people don't. So
we're going to talk about it. So spoilers if we might speculate and we're correct, I guess, or if we sort of.
But also if you don't want to watch
things.
The trailers,
because you've read the book that this is based on, but it's more like a history.
I can't remember anything.
All right, here we go. Here's the live reaction to.
We're gonna have ads though.
No, this is why we're on this device. We don't have ads.
We've covered this 3 times.
Oh my god!
He's told me about his ad blocker 3 times.
For the last time. Hold on.
Here we go. Oh.
The dream was clearer than a memory.
Who's that?
I heard the sound of thundering hooves.
This is a lot more detailed than I've seen before.
Entering shields and ringing swords. The firstborn child, Rhaenyra, sat the Iron Throne.
Okay.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen. I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
No.
Oh, it's the brother that's fighting, so he... Okay.
So the brother's
Hello.
Daemon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one with
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged.
the giant dragon.
You are the king. Your first duty is to take a new wife.
I'm your heir.
Oh, and then he has a kid. He names that...
He's afoot.
Who is a kid?
Realm will ever
The king.
accept their queen.
Lords of the realm bent the knee.
This is good.
A woman would not inherit the Iron Throne.
Because that is the order of things.
Wow.
When I'm queen, I'm creating the order.
And that persists even in like the Game of Thrones timeline as well. The whole.
Family has dragons with them.
Jesus Christ, they're giving everything away.
Those are close to the gods than I will.
Ooh, so many characters.
Our hearts remain as one.
Our hearts will never one.
Wow.
Where is duty? Where is sacrifice?
They see you as you are.
Okay. August. Interesting. Very nice. Okay.
Okay, because we talked about House of the Dragon.
We have,
in
yeah.
our double
In our special two-parter.
So we've already talked about how they've chosen. It's not the start of the book.
Mm-hmm.
It is when they're set up, and it's already established that the Targaryens are in charge.
Yeah.
And it's now about that awkward point in succession before. Is it the Battle of the Dragons or the Dance of the Dragons?
I have no idea.
Which is like the finale of that kind of family drama. So, the king,
who I thought was Jeremy Irons, but it's not. I think it was like Paddy Considine or somebody.
he may have had sons or they died, whatever. So he's got a daughter, and obviously, Doctor Who is his brother.
Matt Smith, yeah.
Oh,
I see. So the whole struggle, like I really, really get that, and then.
But then I believe he
hasn't.
remarries and then has boys.
Yeah, and so
who
there's
are
a third.
the third. They're like the youngest, but technically
Yeah.
first in line.
Yeah.
And the others are like, fuck off.
Yeah.
She's saying, I'm his firstborn. He's saying, I'm his brother. And then the little 4-year-old, whatever, is like, I'm actually next in line. So it's just this big political fuck off fight, which does then end up in a massive dragon fight.
I mean, it looks very promising how they're going to dramatize that, because obviously, like you said before, this book that this whole series is going to be based on is pretty much like a history book.
Yeah,
like it's like,
so it's not conversations. Like you don't see long stretched out scenes where
it's like a
Cersei's
textbook.
drinking wine. Yeah, it's kind of like they may do snippets, at least as far as I can remember. But it's a textbook over Bones, like, oh, he was born and then she had this child and died in childbirth, that sort of thing. And kind of powers it through. So it gives them the structure that George can be the producer on and say, this is what happens, but gives them also the freedom to write the characters.
So I've got 2 questions for you now, Nick. So one, they're not horrible, I promise. Number 1, is George R. R. Martin going to be involved with this show?
I believe so, yeah.
So he's like going to be like as much of a consultant, So that was good, because I think that's part of the reason that made the first 4 seasons or whatever of Game of Thrones exceptional.
And he wrote the books. Like, this is from the books.
Yeah.
Whereas, what is it, 6, 7, and 8 were
because they're not written yet, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. That's very promising. My second question for you is, but the fact that you kind of know how it turns out, do you feel spoiled in a way?
One hand, no, I can't remember it.
Okay, fair enough.
I know there's a big fight.
Big battle of some dragon.
Because obviously each Targaryen gets their own dragon. Mm-hmm. And one of them's got the biggest one. I'm pretty sure it's Matt Smith. Has this, like, so insanely... Like, Khaleesi's dragons were wee little things compared to these things.
Yes, and also they were babies as well.
When they were full size. Still, Drogon was still comparatively small compared to this giant one that he has.
And
so
that
it builds up to all of that. I don't know if they'll do that one in one season, because you could build up and make that a couple of seasons long.
Yeah.
But it's also, that's not the end of the first book, because there's generations and generations.
Sure.
And there's supposed to be a second book if he ever gets around to writing that.
Which
probably won't.
We're not going to hold our breath.
Nah, he probably won't.
I'll add a bit of lore to that as well, because Hit it! Lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so the big dragon that appears at the end, I'm assuming that's meant to be, because why would they sort of make it the punchline of the whole trailer? This big dragon, I forget what it's called in the books, maybe like Black Dread or something.
It's something blackened.
Black Dread, Black Death, I'm not sure.
Black Dread sounds quite...
Because in the first season, and I'm sure later in later seasons as well, you see his skull in the basement of the Red... Oh my god, I'm suddenly like thinking of all these words now. The Red
Keep?
Keep, thank you. I've not thought about Game of Thrones for a long time.
And I saw the skull in the Belfast Game of Thrones museum. So you can actually, was it like a real skull?
It's like a real
skull.
Is it a real dragon skull?
It's amazing. It's enormous.
I didn't realize that. Dragons had left skulls behind in the real world.
Fab.
Okay. In the books, and I appreciate that there's like Aegon the Conqueror coming to Westeros and conquering and bringing the Seven Kingdoms together. Once there's a line of succession for the Targaryens, I didn't realize there hadn't been a single female ruler in that.
No, because it's still old fake shitty times, so it's always dudes.
So if this is the first female, that's really cool, because obviously that sort of contention still exists in the I guess, how do we put it, the modern times, like the recent times of Game of Thrones, like the Game of Thrones books.
They never had a queen either.
No, they didn't. But when Joffrey dies, the next oldest child was Myrcella. And they send her, I forget when, if it was before or after, they send her to Dorne, because in Dorne, obviously you remember the Martells, their sister was Elia Martell, who was the first wife of the Targaryen, who was the father of Jon Snow.
There we go.
So she was Martell, and they were really pushing for her to take the throne because she was the female, etc. And also in the Martells, there's there's Oberon, who was the brother of the king, I think, or something like that.
Sure.
And he had 7 daughters.
Cool.
And they were all illegitimate, whatever.
Hot.
They were all about, anyway, the all of Dorne was all about, they were
sex.
really, really promoting the female to be the leader. And they never got it, because obviously...
Were they wiped out?
They wiped her out, yeah. So that was the whole thing. And that's funny how that doesn't get resolved.
It's not a spoiler. It's more it feels kind of like the comics, because I'd be like, vague memories of like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's kind of familiar without being like, oh, it's not like the Red Wedding or anything like that. It's like, I do not remember anything. And it wasn't like a huge build up, because it's like a textbook. It's and this happened, and then they died 400 years later. This happened. You're like, oh shit, okay, forgotten you.
Okay, interesting.
And all their names, I could not remember a single person, because it's all Viserys the 14th, 5, and Isserys, Elias. Who the fuck? I don't know who any of you are. So.
That's good, because I think it gives the TV shows a much more opportunity to make a TV show that is worth telling, instead of just sort of being beholden to a pre-existing material and trying to wrap it up as soon as they can. The other thing I want to say about the books as well, because
let's keep this on topic.
Yes, I want to talk about the dragons quickly, because there's a lot more dragons in here, obviously, because at the beginning of Game of Thrones, there's no dragons.
Nil dragon.
And that ties into the waning of magic in the world. The fewer dragons there were, the smaller they got, the less ability the keepers had to breed them or whatever. The magic would wane, and as a lore keeper, I don't know if like one caused the other, or if they just happened at the same time, whatever. But I'm hoping that with more dragons in this part of the timeline, there's going to be more magic as well.
Spooky magic.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Fingers crossed, I'm hoping.
I think it will be good, as long as they don't...
Because there isn't a lot of magic in this trailer that I noticed.
Rush it and try and do something, which was the problem with the finale. Like, it was rushing to a finish line. This one doesn't have that. It's like, just let the story play out.
There's no guaranteed 7 seasons or whatever.
No, that's a really good point. Like, will they hold off finishing everything. It's only going to be like 10 episodes.
Yeah, it's
are they going to like, let's get to this point and when and it's still, will it give us an ending? Or will it have to be, or will it have to be like, oh, ready for season 2? Because there's no guarantee people will show up for season 1, let alone season 2.
Yeah, this is where book 1 ended. Well, we're going to have to watch it and talk about it on this show.
Yay!
So that's good. I'm pleased. I'm very excited about that one.
It was good.
So we go to the next one.
Yes.
Okay. This is the trailer called The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power - San Diego Comic-Con trailer.
It's 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
Thank you.
So we may
Thank
not.
You, Data.
We may no, just because we may skip through some of it. Like if we just don't talk and we just watch it, we'll
This is the first time we're doing a reaction show, and obviously I'm agog at how awesome it looks. So silence is good, but. All right, let's do this. It's
not super interesting for you guys, so...
It may not be super interesting, so let me just make this full screen. Here we go.
Oh, God, it's a Galadriel already! I'm so excited.
At last.
I love it already.
You should see my face right now. I'm like...
Our days of peace begin.
Oh.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
The skies are strange.
Is that Danny Henry?
Maybe.
You just hear Galadriel.
So it is Galadriel.
It is Galadriel.
And that's the Palantir.
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
There he is.
Who's that?
Beyond the darkness, tempting shadow.
I've seen people reacting to that.
Beneath the mountain.
Dwarves, yeah.
He has no one name, but many.
Sauron.
Oh.
Baby Sauron.
If you heard of him, lad. If you heard of Sauron.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh my gosh. I want to know who these people are.
Oh.
Okay.
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Find the lad.
Lights.
Light.
Oh, hello.
That, oh yeah. More of him, please.
Fight with me. Each of us must decide who we shall be.
It's when they get the rings, right?
When Sauron... But he forged the rings, didn't he?
Yeah. Ah!
Wow.
No, not into the water.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock.
Some of the water just makes it look creepy. Scary.
Must surely break.
That looks like Grey Worm.
It does. Oh, he's...
Is that meant to be Sauron then?
Yeah. I think so. That's what the internet says.
Many lives of ignorance.
Is it great?
Ooh.
Great one?
No, not in that shot. The other ones it did. Okay. Yeah, I'm digging it. Ooh. What's this?
Balrog.
Balrog. That obviously is just the teaser. Like, look, he's in this as well. I'm knowing none of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, my actor brain is like, who's that actor? Who's that actor?
Who are they?
And
Who
I
are
didn't
they?
really
Who
know
are they?
many of them off firsthand. But
I don't think they're using too many well-knowns.
is that
right?
dwarf? That dwarf who was in it? Is he been in the Hobbit films?
The one in the
ginger
gingery
one.
one. He looks familiar.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Where
All
does this-
dwarves look the same to me. So
That's racist.
yeah,
That's
probably.
racist towards dwarves.
Sorry.
Where does this fall in the timeline?
Well, it's the Rings of Power, so it is when
Oh, of course,
he
duh.
makes the rings, and they get them. So I don't know if this is covered in the books. I read like 4 pages of the Silmarillion and wanted to kill myself.
More than I've read.
Oh god. So I don't know if like do they know that Sauron made the rings? And if they do, why did they take it from him? Do they know he's evil? Is he evil at the start? Or is he just another angelic kind of creature like
So many questions.
Galadriel, all this kind of shit? I love that kind of crap. So I hope they
Explore that?
explore it, but without being too obvious.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to seem as like...
What was Sauron before he was like Lord of the Hell or whatever?
I've just seen some really awesome explainer videos where they talk about it. And he's basically like...
Just a magical person?
Like an angel, but that was Gandalf.
Oh, it's like the
Was
shaved
kind of-
head person was Gandalf-y?
No, Gandalf is like... kind of like an angel-y character, because obviously super religious-y, because it's Tolkien.
Okay, because it is Tolkien, yeah.
So I don't know if Sauron's one of them, or Sauron's an elf, and just gets really powerful. Hopefully, if we watch the show, streaming Amazon Prime, September 2nd, they will fill in some of the blanks.
I'm excited. I'll watch it.
I wonder how many
so much to watch. So, okay, so in the realm of The Lord of the Rings, from what I remember, and I haven't read the books. Did I tell you about my journey about the books? Watching the films.
What, you tried to read them after each film and you couldn't?
No, I watched the first film, loved it, and just told myself I would read all three of them before the second film came out.
Oh, yeah.
I got about 9/10 of the way through the first book, and I couldn't. I was a young brain, and I couldn't handle such thick book. But they're probably still in my bookshelf right there, somewhere. Probably.
I'm just trying to find out how many, if they're telling us how many episodes it will have.
Okay. So in what I remember is that obviously we're not going to see a lot of familiar faces. Elves live a really long time. Wizards or whatever sort of magic users they're actually called in the books.
Yeah, they're called something which is like angel-y, but
yeah. So there's not a lot of them, obviously, but the few that are live for like thousands of years or something like that. And then the only other thing is that certain humans called rangers, like Aragorn was one as well, live for like slightly longer than normal humans.
That'd be cool.
Like 120 years normally.
That'd be nice. I'd like to do that.
What, live for 120?
Yeah. 200 max.
Okay.
Hard stop at 200.
Yeah.
After then, think how annoying kids are now. You're 160. No matter how good you look, it's like hanging out with the kids.
If you're 160, think of how annoying those 100-year-olds would be. You'd be like, those
the 50-year-olds would be fucking annoying.
I know, right? Oh, he's going through a midlife crisis. I've done that 3 times already. I'm 160.
Awful.
Fingers crossed, it'll happen. What else do we know about the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power?
This guy looks hot. Benjamin.
What does Benjamin do? Is he available?
He's in it.
Do you have his number?
He's from Georgia.
Ooh, it's not a deal breaker.
Is it?
Depends what part of Georgia.
I mean, America is pretty much a deal breaker.
Get out. Now. So the Rings of Power were made by Sauron, and he kind of gave them as gifts, 3 to the elves.
Well, should we talk about the actual trailer?
Yeah, but we're talking about like the Rings of Power, like where they come from.
It's not shown in the trailer, though.
No, but this is what I know about it.
We see baby Galadriel.
Let's talk about the trailer. What we think we know is baby Galadriel.
So I only think that guy is Sauron. They didn't say it was Sauron.
With like the black fingers thing blowing.
The skinny white boy.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen people on TikTok talk about it.
Okay.
It didn't say explicitly that it was him. He looked rather menacing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have been like, oh god, you take this giant armoured thing and it's this skinny emo white boy. The incels don't like it that he's not this giant hulking armour thing that you saw the whole time. I really like the idea that if he is sort of magical deception, like if he like shapeshifts, like what the fuck was that thing that came out the floor?
Oh yeah, with the
like the claws.
The claws.
Shit?
I was gonna say nails, but yeah, the different claws.
Yeah, nail claws. Is that him? Is it like other creatures? Does he control them? Yeah. I don't know what he does.
Who was that kid in the trailer that like the old man speaks to? Do we know who that is? No. Okay.
We didn't read.
Well, the thing is, like No, I don't know who does know. It's all going to be speculation at this point
because it's not
based
on
a
book. Yeah. So it's just script.
So do we think we saw young Gandalf in that trailer?
Which one would have been young Gandalf?
The shaved head, or is it the same as
No, I think that's young Sauron.
Oh, okay. It'll be saved for as a reveal at the end of episode 9
or
something.
It'll be the finale.
Well, he would have been grey back then.
Baby Ian McKellen.
Do you going to be played by a gay actor as well?
Oh, that'd be wonderful. No, wait, because...
Note to producers, I am available.
I don't think... Well,
I'm as tall as him.
I live right by Ian.
And as gay as.
We can go hang out with him.
Yeah, he owns that pub in Lighthouse.
Yeah, it's right by me. Yeah.
Yeah, let's check it out. Hey Ian, do you have anything to do
Hey
with the
Ian,
new...
do you need like a
Lord of the
young
Rings?
gay person? Well, Galadriel and Gandalf bone, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. Galadriel
There's
has like...
serious flirtation.
There's Galadriel and there's two other elves who are like prominent in the woods of Rivendell.
Well, they had
or
the three ring bearers, aren't they?
Oh yeah, she was one of them, wasn't she?
She were.
Yes.
She were. And I want to find out what the rings...
two?
I want to find out what the rings do. I feel like someone told me, and I want them to be Captain Planet rings. I don't think they're
Could you imagine if like the three elves got together and they were
like...
woods, water, mountains, and...
Balrog!
Great Balrog.
I'm sure there's like a philosophical thing that they do. They...
They must grant some kind of power.
But as in they bring out that characteristic of the species, which is why the men turned awful, the dwarves turned greedy, and the elves turned arrogant. I don't know.
Haughty? I don't know. They were even more.
Because that's the problem with the elves, isn't it? It's because they're so connected to nature and they live forever. They don't do anything because they're so indecisive, because everything's connected and they're all, oh, lovely, everything wispy, I'm going to live forever. They don't actually do anything. So that's why they're kind of all-powerful but completely pointless.
I can buy that.
I don't know, I'm making this shit up. So...
And the thing is, also, from what we know about the rings, is like he makes these rings and gives them to the dwarves and the men and the elves. And then how much time passes before he reveals he's got the one...
the rings? Is it to control
them? To control them.
Because it works with the guy, with man. Doesn't work with the elves.
No.
Does it work with the dwarves? Do they turn into something weird?
I don't know.
And why do they take it from him? Is he a dick? Or is he like a good guy that like
gift
Lucifer falls at the end kind of vibes? That's so fucking hot. I love
Lucifer?
that. The whole I'm the good guy, but he's like questioning authority and then like is manipulating them the whole time.
Are you talking about in the show?
I hope that's what Sauron does.
Oh, I see. But you're comparing it to Lucifer, the show.
No, I'm comparing it to Lucifer from the Bible, from mythology.
Not familiar.
I've never read it.
Just kidding.
Are you from?
I've tried to read the Bible and I got about 6 pages in and wanted to kill myself.
Well, yeah, exactly. God.
Like, I enjoy books, but that's just a dire book.
No. I don't know which one I'm more excited of. I have higher expectations for Game of Thrones. Like, I really want House of the Dragon to be what season 1 Game of Thrones was. I want a return to that, which is kind of like a kiss of death, really. When you're expecting it to be good, it won't live up to those expectations.
I believe, dear Nicholas, that in our most recent episode we discussed expectations.
Expectations are just premeditated resentments.
Yes, and like I know a little bit about Game of Thrones, so I'm eager to sort of watch it. I kind of know the realm, but I don't know enough about it to expect that it's going to go a certain way.
It's true. I don't know how it's going to... The series is going to feel. I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what...
The fact we want it to be good is already sort of... We're getting closer to that point where if it's not good, then we're going to hate it.
Well, it just needs to be good. I don't think I have an idea of how it needs to be in order to be good. Okay. Unlike Marvel films, which I have a very strict idea. Like, I know it needs to do this, and this, and then I'll love it. But...
I guess we have to balance that sort of with, to like want to be excited about the trailer and think it's really good, but then also just watching it as a thing. Like Lord of the Rings trailer, like I know nothing about what happens, and it wasn't until the rings, I get it, like it starts ringing bells for me, but I have even less expectations for that one.
So, and now let's go on to the emotional one, because I've just seen people reacting on the internet to watching this film.
Why do you think it's emotional?
What, Wakanda Forever?
So I'm trying to lessen your expectations, that's all.
I can see why.
So it says Marvel Studios Black Panther Wakanda Forever official teaser. This is just a teaser, okay? So you're not going to get a lot of story. So as a teaser, it's going to be... Yeah, it's this one.
But how can there's not that much time before it's out. They can't do another trailer.
Yeah, they fucking can.
I don't like watching the second trailer.
I'm not going to preempt anything in this because I have seen it once. Okay. So I'm watching it to like point out more things in it, but I'm letting you watch the first time.
Are you going to talk through it and point out things?
I'm going to react.
Or are you going to let me react to it?
What would you prefer?
If it's emotional, I want some time to react.
I will
talk over it.
Yes, that's fine. I will keep my reactions to a minimum, and you can do your genuine reactions.
Okay, here we go.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Ironheart! Sorry. Michaela's in it.
Yeah. November. So I was really holding myself in at the moment. I was like, I need to not react. And I don't know if you could tell, but I was like trying to like steal glances at you to watch to see if you were reacting to things that were coming up.
Well, I knew about Namor.
What did you know about Namor?
That Namor would be in it.
Would be in it, okay.
And I've seen the shot of him walking out of the water.
Right, okay.
Which is annoying because whatever. Because
it's not a Speedo like we wanted it to.
I'm so upset. It's the green trunks and not a green Speedo. That I feel is offensive.
Is it offensive to us gays who
But he
want
does have
to see
the feathered feet, apparently.
A what?
He's got feathered feet.
Oh, like web feet?
Winged feet. Do you know Namor, the Submariner?
Here's the thing. Like, I know very little about Namor as a character, and so I don't have a... I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not knowing it. But I totally feel your desperation for needing to see a Speedo. Is it like wings on the ankles kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen photo. I've seen art.
Anyway, yeah, okay. So it wasn't as emotional as I thought it would be. Like, people, because they were all crying at the panel and everything like that, which of course was emotional because they were there without him, and that sucks.
Yes.
It looks like it's very much about what happens once T'Challa's gone.
And still being a teaser, you know.
Yeah, I like their teasers. Yeah, so what they're going to do and what that kind of stuff is. I find it weird that they really focused on Namor as the bad guy. Because, the characters have been around for ages. They fought once in an X-Men Avengers crossover in, 2012.
And is that the one that has to do with, the flooding of Wakanda kind of thing? Yeah.
Which everyone shits on Avengers vs. X-Men. I fucking loved it. Come for me. Okay. Whatever. Brian Michael Bendis is good. But yeah, they kind of fixated on them. It was like, oh, that's his nemesis. It's like, it's weird. He's got a lot of bad guys. But it's cool. I'm excited. And I always pictured Namor to be... I think he looks quite... because he's been such an old character, it looks quite a stereotypical Japanesey character. Because he's not...
As in how he's drawn, you mean?
Yeah, because he's not a good guy. He's never... the best good guy. He's kind of like a anti-hero.
Anti-hero, yeah.
Or fighting with other characters. But he's not. He looks, Pacific Islander kind of vibes.
I think the actor's Mexican.
Okay.
But yeah, so...
Aztec-y?
Yeah, so in the very first shot, when you see Nakia looking into in the background, you see, a Mayan pyramid, basically.
Oh, cool.
And this is where I stopped watching any sort of breakdown. I was like, I don't want to watch a breakdown of this trailer yet, because that's how I'm going to... that's how I'm going to not I'm going to be spoiled for something. So, is Namor a bad guy? He's not a villain.
He's been a villain, but not... I don't know. He's fought the Fantastic Four. He was a villain against the Fantastic Four.
Uh-huh.
But he's also been an X-Man. So...
Okay.
So there's a lot of people.
Kind of wavering loyalty, kind of...
His loyalty is to... I'm guessing it's Atlantis.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Same as Aquaman. Although this is the only one that came before DC. He's the only... all those instances where Marvel copied DC, this is the only one where Marvel did it first, because Submariner was before Aquaman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's never, like, a goody guy.
Okay.
But he's also been a hero. It's weird.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. I've never read a Submariner comic. Do they even make those?
Neither have I. But it'll be interesting because it'll be that kind of person where the villain isn't a one-off kind of.
No, he shouldn't be.
Let's destroy the world, and then the hero has to defeat them. So if he sticks around for a bit longer, and then
he's the first mutant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is. But if it's a film about where the story is the situation that has to be overcome by the hero, that makes for a better story than repeatedly doing like a person you have to overcome. Does that make sense? So because then you dispose of the villain.
So, what's the theme of the film gonna be?
Grief is gonna play into it probably.
Sure. What's the thing? And who's wearing the Killmonger's Black Panther
golden outfit? I have no idea.
Cool.
I have no idea. I would like it. I think it would be interesting if it was. I don't think I would like it if it was Shuri.
Well, she was Black Panther, ITC, so she could, but she would have the purple one. This is the.
That makes more sense. Yeah. I've heard some speculation that it's actually Nakio.
Was that Lupita Nyong'o?
Yes.
I love her. I feel sad that they used her for this because she would be a perfect Storm.
Oh, yeah.
She would be perfect. The only person who could have been perfect, possibly 20 years ago, is Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett, yeah. Everyone was
who
talking
was
about
cast
that,
as it and is actually in it. So fucking good. And both of them are not. Anyway.
So in terms of themes...
Because if Namor's in it, it must be about... It feels colonizer vibes, right? Because Namor's whole shtick is that stop polluting my fucking ocean, fuck you, land dwellers, let's take you out. We're not putting up with it anymore.
But then Africans will also have that kind of...
We're not going to put up with you taking all of our shit and making our lives miserable.
In that Avengers vs X-Men crossover, what is the reason that he attacks
got
Wakanda?
The Phoenix Force.
That's the reason he attacks Wakanda?
The Phoenix. He's one of the Phoenix 5.
So it's a recent thing.
2012? 11, 12?
Because the Phoenix 5 was a recent thing. I forgot that he was one of them. Mm-hmm. And that's why he floods Wakanda? Is because he's...
Because, like, the Avengers win, the X-Men win with the Phoenix, and they make the world better, but the Avengers are resisting them, and obviously one of them is Black Panther, so Namor's like, fuck you, I'm gonna flood your entire country and drown all your people.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess...
Which doesn't work. Cause
it might be a thing where they kind of bring in the story without bringing in everything. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and she's, like, standing up against someone, or something, right?
Who? She? What?
The Queen.
Oh.
She's like, I'm not given enough. It's
that sounds like political...
Yeah, definitely.
Which I quite like in the... not every Marvel show has to be about action.
I'd really rather it wasn't. It's nice to have that. And he'll do a good job, because he wrote it and directed it, right?
Yes, and I quite like how in the middle of it, it's like, Ryan Coogler is a character in this trailer. Like,
oh, is he?
No, he's not. I'm metaphorically.
The fact that,
he's like Byron.
Absolutely.
He has such a hard thing to do because no one apparently, I don't think anybody knew that Chadwick Boseman was going to, die. And then he basically had to start from scratch, like rewrite his whole script, I guess. Yeah. So
and do it faithfully to the memory of Chadwick.
Yeah.
We can't just gloss over it and say, right, let's get on with it.
And also, wasn't there a time where they were thinking, like, do we recast this character?
Yeah, and a lot of people want him recast because they don't want to lose such a great black hero.
Yeah. Which I totally get. Like, I want
because the actor died, and they might eventually... I
mean, we have...
When we're in our 70s, but...
No, I was going to say, we might if we have, like, a different universe, a different...
I feel it's too soon.
Give it time.
I think it'd be more powerful and mean more to reference that he died.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because we've killed off... in this universe, they've killed off several characters now.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not getting them back. And so... It would be weird to not honor that.
I get you.
Interesting. So what I enjoy is I have no expectations for this. I have no concept of what it's going to be about. Yeah, I have no idea what the struggle is going to be, what I want from it. It's like, oh, I want Shuri to be the new... I don't care about any of that. I just want it to be good. So
I'm kind of the same, actually.
Yeah.
And I've learned from Spider-Man No Way Home is to watch... I can watch trailers up to a point, but then I just have to stop watching like breakdowns of trailers. No, I can't do that anymore.
I did, I watched breakdowns the first Doctor Strange trailer. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Because he gave some teasers and no one knew. But then they did another one and people kept going, it's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
One will be fine. I won't watch a breakdown.
You caught something in there that I was wondering if you would get. The Ironheart heart.
Yeah, Riri.
Riri Williams, yeah. There's a shot of her, like, shaking hands with Shuri in the red outfit.
Was she in the red one?
Riri Williams is an actor, Dominique Thorne, who I don't know anything about her.
She'll be a wee one. She'll be a young one, right?
She's 25 currently.
Oh, okay. So not a 14-year-old.
She was in If Beale Street Could Talk, which I fucking love that film.
So she'll be good. Michaela will be good. Lupita will be good. Angela will be incredible.
Angela is incredible.
All these women running this fucking show.
Oh, I know.
You got like Denai. I love her.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. So it's going to be... I hate to say no disrespect to Chadwick. The best part about the first film was all the women in it. Was the Dora Milaje. Mm-hmm. The whole Tokyo scene. That's the best thing.
Yeah, it was good.
So...
Much better than like the man-on-man fight sequences, I thought.
I never think about that. I love female fighters, but I think that's the gay in me.
I'm done with that.
Yay! Okay, well...
That's good. So yeah,
three really good trailers.
I'm excited about all those things.
All of the things.
I'm glad I got a new TV to watch everything.
Sponsored by LG. No.
For 10% off, go to lg.com/incompletegeek. I'm just kidding.
Do it. If it's
Try it if it works.
Discount, let us know.
But we don't get anything from it.
No.
We have no agreement.
Well, those are all the trailers that we wanted to live react to.
Yes.
But please let us know if there's more. If there's been any kind of big announcements from Comic-Con, any trailers or new projects up that you would like us to live react to. If we haven't seen it already, we will do that. I mean,
together.
It's not live because it's pre-recorded.
It's recorded live.
But it's recorded live before a filmed, taped studio audience.
Audience consists of my stuffed animals.
And that's it.
And these two Lego figurines.
Exactly. Cool.
If you like this, or if you didn't, either way, let us know.
No, only let us know if you liked. Oh, no, you can let us know if you didn't.
If you liked us live reacting, let us know what else we can do. Email us at incompletegeekspodcast@gmail.com. Or get in touch with us on the social medias. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at John Marks, JONMARX. You can follow Nick on Twitter is the best way, at Nick Baker Geek. Spelled like it sounds.
I spelled it correctly.
I know.
It just made me panic.
Because, we want to hear from you because we don't know everything. We are learning as we go. You may have learned about this already, but we are actually not complete geeks.
But we're working on it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.